We are back on Most Buffalo now with a new intense tutoring program to help kids at the lowest level with their reading. It's a pilot program at Primary Hall Preparatory Charter School with the hopes of expanding across Buffalo. Students get one-on-one tutoring 3 times a week with the same instructor. Joining us now to talk about what makes this program different from others and how it can help is Ann Ryan. Ann, thank you so much for being here today. You're the executive director of Read to Succeed Buffalo. That's the group running this program. We appreciate you being here. There's so many different tutoring programs for kids out there. What makes this one different?
There's been a lot of conversation about high impact tutoring, and that's what this is. So it's not homework help, it's not after school, it's not intermittent tutoring. It's intensive with the same person 3 days a week for a very structured 30 minutes, focusing on what the assessments showed the children need to focus on to build their basic literacy skills.
So it's totally catered to their needs one-on-one
Exactly.
instead of being a broad view of what maybe kids their age usually need.
Exactly.
Wow,
exactly.
That's really cool. So what kind of results have you seen so far? And in that data, like what's the best way to help kids with their reading even if they're not part of this program?
That's a great question. And I'll answer that first because
Sure.
that's the most important thing to get out to your listeners.
Oh,
I think.
absolutely, yeah.
Really just exposing kids to language, exposing kids to print, exposing them to conversation, walking around the grocery store, identifying items, colors, looking outside, walking through the park, identifying trees and leaves and colors. Every opportunity you have to wrap that child in language, print or oral, do it, because that's how children build language. And the high impact tutoring program kind of builds on that. So we know we're piloting this with second graders.
Okay.
We have a wonderful charter school partner doing this with us. The Cullen Foundation is helping sponsor and fund this. But it's looking at the research, looking at the students' assessments, and putting the two together. So we know by research that, again, it's that same person. So I meet with Kelly 3 times a week for a half an hour. I have Kelly's assessment results. I have the items that assessment showed you need to work on. And I'm working on that with you, but in a fun way. We're playing literacy games, we're having conversation, and you get to know me, you trust me, and you expect me to be there. If I'm there Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I'm there every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So we hope that increases attendance too, so the kids want to come and get that attention.
How do you hope to expand? Because right now you have that partnership with that one school, and this sounds like this would be helpful for a lot of kids.
It would be helpful for a lot of kids. We have especially because of post-pandemic challenges. So a lot of, all children in Buffalo didn't have school for an entire year, and then they went, remote instruction. I shouldn't say had school. They weren't in school, so they had remote instruction, and we know that was not ideal. We know that, and the data shows exactly they lost a lot of ground. And teachers in the classroom don't have enough time to interact one-on-one with all their students. Buffalo is going to increase their number of students in classrooms. So having a trained volunteer, and that's the difference. Our Experience Corps, we recruit anyone over the age of 50 and we can train them and support them. But it's a tier 2 intervention. It's a little less academically focused, if you will. This tier 3 is very academic. So we're really looking for retired teachers. We're looking for our Experience Corps tutors who might want a bigger challenge. And again, giving kids what they need, that one-on-one specific support for their specific needs.
So really quickly, if somebody wants to volunteer, where can they go?
They can call our number, 716-843-8895, or they can go on our website, readtosucceedbuffalo.org.
Awesome. Well, that was Ann Ryan. Thank you so much for being here. She's the executive director for Read to Succeed Buffalo, talking about a new intense tutoring program for reading. Coming up next on Most Buffalo, we look at what kind of